I'm excited to welcome on the first commit, a South Carolina's recruiting class, and Devin Carter. What's happening, my guy?
What's good? What's good?
Not much, man. Well, a lot of stuff to get into. First of all, though, as we know, you're committed to South Carolina. Take us through this decision. Why did you choose to be a part of them?
I chose South Carolina because Coach Frank Martin and my high school coach, they're really close, and like their coaching style the same,
Mhm.
and just the relationship I had with all the coaching staff was just different from the other schools. So that's why I ended up making that long-term decision to go to South Carolina.
And you're the first guy of this recruiting class. We know you guys also added another guy, but to be the first guy to commit to a program, what was that like?
Uh, no, it feels good to be like because that at the same time like they want you, but
Mhm.
uh, it's just like being the first in your class to do it. So you kind of like give somebody else the idea that like, oh, I want to team up with him, or like I want to go do big things over there with him and stuff. So it was just that was a good thing.
And I said you were the face of it. Another guy's joining you now, Jacoby
Yep.
Wright. He's another big time player. Talk about your guys' bond and how it's growing during this time.
We just started texting not too long ago. Coach Martin connected us, so we're just building that relationship off the court right now. So then by the time when we get up there, it'll be like we'll be already knowing each other and everything, and we'll be going on from there.
Absolutely. And so we know you've gone through a crazy offseason as everyone has with the coronavirus. And for you,
Yeah.
I mean, you obviously commit in April. What kind of went to the decision of committing pretty early for you now being in the 2021 class?
Uh, it's just I always wanted to go to like South Carolina too at the same time because like just the location in South Carolina, Columbia, and just the area is really nice. But once I started to build that relationship with Coach Martin and the other staff, like the rest of his staff, it was just like that was just like a go for me. So that's why I didn't want to like wait and have other schools reach out to me because like I knew that I really wanted to go to South Carolina, and the way they play basketball is the way that I like to play. So
And we'll get into a little bit more in a little bit, but you made the move now. You're reclassing in 2021. Some guys do that for possibly getting more offers. I know you had your shoulder surgery. Was that kind of the main reason that you want to take the post grad year, or what went into that decision?
yeah, that was the only reason I did it because my shoulder, I just wanted to like get like a good year in at a competitive level to see like how like what it was gonna be like after shoulder surgery, and then also I'm gonna get bigger and stronger and stuff at Brewster. So then by the time I go to South Carolina, I'm already be ready.
Gotcha. And
Yeah.
so you've obviously had this COVID break. What are some of the things you've been working on as you get ready now for your senior season or your post grad year?
I just like this past week I just started working out again because I just got cleared a little bit to start shooting. So right now I'm just building up back my shot and my stamina because I haven't done nothing for about 5 months. So just working slowly and slowly, growing each day with like drills and shots, as many shots as I shoot a day. Just working on getting my shot back really.
And so take us through the injury. We know obviously you had the shoulder surgery. When did you first start feeling pain and what exactly happened?
It was a game against Calvary Christian at I think it was February, and then or it could have been March, like the end of March, but or not January, end of January. My fault, end of January, and then what you call it? I was going for a ball, and then like he had it, so I tried to pull it out because it's like a jump ball, and then I just pulled it, and I heard like a pop, but then I kept playing on it like the next few games, and then I ended up telling my trainer, I was like, nah, like it still hurts. So I was like, I was just good at MRI. And then he said that it was torn like all the way around. So I was like, thanks. And then he was like, if I kept playing, there's a great chance of me like dislocating it. And I was like, I'd rather just get the surgery now so I'd be good for, what I'm saying, next season because it was we already played like 17 games for my senior year. So it was
And that's something, in a way, if you want to say, COVID's been a blessing in disguise for some guys, injury wise.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you never really even had the chance to go play. What's this rehab been like doing it during COVID?
I just go to like physical therapy place up the street by my house, or I'll go to the Miami Heat, their trainers and stuff, and then just do things that they know, like the things they put me through to build up my strength and my motion,
Mhm.
because I didn't have full motion in my arm, after surgery and stuff. But I got all that back. Now I'm just working on strengthening it.
And so how close to 100% would you say you are?
Next month I should get cleared to play 5-on-5, but right now I say like 85% because I can do everything besides like play contact. So like the last 15%, like me just playing contact and like getting my stamina back.
So would you say the pain's 100% gone? Then you feel pretty good then?
The pain's like 90% gone. Like it's still like a little 10% where like if I put it all the way up, you'll still feel it. Just feel uncomfortable. It's not like where it's like my other arm is just like nope, like it's pain free, but it's just like uncomfortable.
And so as you said, now you have a year until you get to campus. Obviously, you
Mm-hmm.
want to work on yourself, improve, get yourself 100%. What's some of the stuff you want to improve on before you step a foot on campus?
Uh, Definitely get stronger, which I'm gonna put on some weight at Brewster and stuff, so that'll be good. And then probably just work on my defense a little bit, and then just shoot more mid range because like I can shoot mid range, but I don't really shoot mid range. So like just more off the dribble stuff from the mid range and just yeah, basically that.
So what's kind of the size you want to be as you get ready to go on campus as a freshman?
Uh, I want to be around like 6'5", 6'6", and then like 200 probably.
Okay.
So yeah.
Without a doubt. And I mean, a big thing about South Carolina is Jacoby talked about it. You guys, as a program, they haven't really had too many guys want to transfer out of them. It's a program that everyone wants to be bought into. How
Yeah.
attractive was that to see that kind of stat and just what Coach Frank Martin's been able to build over there?
What you call it? So my dad, he be working at the Miami Heat. So Corey Silva, who went to South Carolina, I was talking to him before I committed because he played with Frank Martin for 4 years, and then that also played a part because him and actually Udonis Haslem played under Frank Martin. So it was like when they speak highly of him, and then like everybody I know speaks highly of him, it's just like it's like I know that I can succeed over there because for everybody to stay all 4 years and not transfer anything, like that's a big thing. So
And another big thing for you guys is looking at the guard production he does. Obviously, your ultimate goal is to play NBA, at least professionally. You see guys like Sendarius Thornwell, a lot of other guards. How attractive was it seeing guys that he can get to the NBA?
uh it was really good because AJ Lawson, me and him talked to who's over there right now, I think he was thinking about going into the draft before the COVID and everything, but he's really good and it's just he said he likes tall and lengthy guards, and like that's what I consider myself, like a tall and lengthy guard, because I can guard the perimeter, I can do a lot of things, and I can provide, like I can do a lot of things with like my length and everything. So it's just talking to other people about Frank Martin was like another, like it was like a big step to why I went there, because I feel like when these people who I trust and everything for their word, and they're all saying the same thing, so it's like.
And so we know for you, you can score. I mean, you're a 30-point per game kind of guy this past season. You scored about over 25 the past couple of years. How do you think you'll be able to translate that now to your college?
Well, with me, I like the score, but at the end of the day, like I just want to win. So it's not really more about scoring when I get to college. It's just about doing what coach is asking me to do, and if he wants me to score, like then that's what I'm gonna do. But at the end of the day, it's about doing what I have to do on the defensive end, and then doing what we have to do to win. So.
And rankings can rank whatever they want, but you're a guy that a lot of people rave about. As I just said, you can score, you can do a lot. Where do you personally see yourself rank up in now the 2021 class?
I don't really be caring about like the rankings and stuff like that, because I know what I do when I play. Because at the end of the day, like you said, I was averaging like 30. I was averaging 29 points a game the whole year. So a lot of like almost everybody in the top whatever top 100 don't do that. So it's like I don't really be tripping off the rankings. So I consider myself like high though, because just the things that I do, like my IQ and everything, and just like I said, we were winning a lot too. Like we were 31-1 my junior year, and then this past year before I got hurt, we were 17-4. So.
And there's another big thing about you. You kind of were a late bloomer in terms of pulling in offers, and about the past year and a half or so, you really blew up with offer-wise. What's it been like trying to get that recognition through colleges the past couple of years?
It's been a blessing, because a lot of people don't get that opportunity. But my freshman and sophomore year, I didn't live in Florida. I lived in Colorado. So it's kind of like like I wasn't really like noticed too much out there, but I was like it was just more like Colorado wide. But once I moved to Florida, that's when I started to get recognized like all over the country and stuff by coaches and just programs, and a whole bunch of prep schools were reaching out to me and my dad, and like it just kept going on from there.
Let's talk about that move. What went into the decision to come from Colorado out to obviously Florida?
I was at George Washington in Colorado, and then I transferred to Cherry Creek my sophomore year, but I didn't play because I transferred, and then once I transferred, I couldn't like play, so because of like they have a rule out there where if you transfer at a certain time, you can't play till the next season. So my freshman year at George Washington, I played JV, and then I swung varsity, and then my sophomore year I had to stop playing because my mom had health problems, so I had to stay at home and help her and stuff. So I didn't play my sophomore year, and then my junior year and senior year, that's when I moved down to Florida and just took off because I actually got to play and went to the right program and just went from there.
And besides the offer aspects, you also blew up social media wise. What's it been like and how you dealt with being such a high profile athlete?
It's just been the same. Like I don't really like fall into like the hype where everybody hyping me up and everything. Like I still continue to work and everything. Like yeah, it's cool that people like to watch me and like support me and want to see me do good and stuff. Like I appreciate all that, and like it's a blessing. But at the end of the day, it's about what you do on the court, because a lot of people can just like make films and stuff for like all the good stuff, but when you go see them in person, it's not like anything you see on the film. So that's why I don't really care about like the followers or any of that, but it's just more about what I do on the court whenever I play.
And so when would you say the first time was that you started seeing yourself start to blow up media wise, and how was that first day or so like?
It was when I first moved down here. James Johnson and a few other of the Heat players, they were shouting me out a lot on Instagram because like my dad, we moved down here because my dad he was with the G League team with the Heat, and then he moved up to the assistant staff on the Heat. So we moved down here because of that, and then after that, I started bonding with the players and stuff, and then they just all started shouting me out, and then I got like it was like 40 or 50K in like a week or two. And then it was just like, yeah, it just took off from there.
Absolutely. And you obviously had a lot of big time schools. Georgia Tech was in the mix, VCU, DePaul. What were some of the schools that you were also kind of heavily considering besides South Carolina?
I was considering Cal, East Carolina, Georgia Tech, VCU, University of Georgia. It was like a day or two before I committed Memphis and what do you call it? I think it was Georgia. It was another Georgia school. I can't think of it, but it was another Georgia school. And then those are just schools that I was considering though. But I always knew that I kind of wanted to go to South Carolina though.
At what point would you say you knew South Carolina was a school you wanted to attend?
Probably around January, yeah, or December, because that's when Coach Frank Martin would come down and visit, and then there's another Coach Martin, but Coach Martin would come down. Chuck Martin, he would come down and visit too. So that's just when I knew that they were serious about recruiting me and wanted me to come to the program.
So you'd say even if this were open up and all that, that probably wouldn't have changed anything for you?
Nah.
For sure. And now in terms of your high school career, we talked about the past couple of years. Just take us through the ups and downs of those years kind of blowing up and becoming the player you are today.
No, I grew a little bit from my freshman year, a lot really, because I was like 5'11" my freshman year, and now I'm 6'4", so that's some good height. And then just my skill wise, like I used to only be a shooter, so I just worked with my dad, and just the older I got, the better I get. So you know what I'm saying, just continue to work, and it ended up paying off because like I used to have no bounce or nothing. Now I'm like going through the legs and everything. Like it's just dunking on people. Like it just took off.
We have to talk about one specific play. I'm sure it's probably one of your favorites, not your favorite play. Obviously, the big time poster game you had against Coral. What went to that play? Take us down to that whole entire play.
So I think it was fall. It was like a fall game or something. He like it was just like a fun game, like a scrimmage game or whatever. He did something, and then he like push me. I didn't like because like if we like retaliate, our coach gets really mad. So like me, I'm just chilling. He pushed me. I said, okay, just wait till we play on the regular season. I wasn't tripping. And there's the same dude who like I dunked on though. So I said, just wait till the regular season. And then my coach, he was like, damn, you remember what he did to you in the fall game? I was like, yeah, trust me, I got you. And then that's when I just like I pump fake. And I was waiting for the right time for him to be under the basket because I knew I wanted to try to boom on him. So I just pump fake, dribble, and then I just took off. And then when I took off, that's when I started talking because after I dunked on him, I was like, nah, like I told you what was gonna happen too.
Did he respond with anything?
Nah, he didn't say nothing. He's got back on offense.
And would you say there's any other big time plays you remember that would probably come up after that play in your career?
Shoot, I think it was this past year in AU. We were playing against NC or a team loaded. I think it was a North Carolina team or something. And then I don't know if you know Josh Hall or anything, but it was Josh Hall's team and then Carter Witt, who I'm teaming up with, and what you call it. So it was like 20 seconds on the clock. It was a tie game, and then I forgot who got a bucket, but it was a tie game, and I was just dribbling the clock out, whatever. And then I waited down. I was about half court, and then I was waiting down to probably like 6 or 7 seconds, and then I just came off the screen. I shot it from like the blue line, like the volleyball line, like the circle, like where the half court circle is, and then I just turned it went in, and everybody was going crazy, and then it was just like that was like probably one of my best game winners. But I scored a lot of game winners during high school.
And you mentioned Carter West, one of the last topics I want to get into. And that's your big transfer now, Brewster Academy. Mm-hmm. And before we talk about that, though, you and Carter Witt both have unique hairs. I mean, what do you talk about that kind of hair duo?
Shoot, what you call it? Gabrielle Union, she was like, we're gonna have to get y'all sponsored by like Head and Shoulders or something. So that was kind of funny because Mac too, our big Mac, he got long hair too. So it's kind of like a lot of the team got long hair. So, but that's cool though.
Out of all you guys, who's got the best one?
Me. I got the curls. They don't have the curls like me. They got the long hair, right?
Have you guys had any talks about the hair yet?
Nah. I'm sure Coach Smitty's gonna talk about it though. I'm sure he's gonna say something in practice, or some of the coaches.
For sure. And I mean, let's talk about this team. I mean, Carter Witt, you, Zaire, Yan. I mean, you're talking about Micah. I mean, the team's loaded. I'm sure there's more guys coming in, Shane as well. How excited are you to kind of get this team together now?
I'm very excited because I feel like we're already all bonding. We're all talking and everything. And when we get there, we're all hard workers too. So we're all gonna push each other to get better in practice, and we all have the end goal is win a national championship.
And for you guys, how do you guys put this together? Did you kind of know who you want to play alongside, or did each guy kind of come in one by one?
So me and Zaire, we've been talking about teaming up since my junior year, and then we wanted to team up, but he ended up going to Sierra Kane. So we were like, shoot, he didn't have like the schools he wanted to go to or whatever. So and then I also had the shoulder surgery. So I was like, shoot, why don't we go to a prep school together and team up like we wanted to. So we were talking back and forth. And at first we were gonna go to IMG. And then that was like the first school that popped in our mind because we're both from Florida and we wanted to, Mm-hmm. So we were gonna go to IMG, but then we reached out to Brewster and everything and got on a Zoom call with them. And we just found out like that we both really liked Brewster, the coaches and everybody just nice. And it's feel like the best fit for us. So that's what led into the decision of us, me and Zaire going there. And then we reached out to some of the players that transferred to Brewster. So we were kind of messaging people and stuff.
That's awesome. Do you think there's gonna be any more guys going to come out of this team that you know about?
I think we still have a few more players that are going to transfer, but I'm not too sure though.
Gotcha. And yeah. My last thing I want to touch up on is we know your dad, obviously, Anthony Carter, played with Miami Heat. What's it been like just growing up though in a family of basketball, just kind of learning from him?
I Shoot, just growing up, it's always been different because I've always got a scene like behind the scenes, like Nuggets practices and all of that, how hard NBA players work, and just being around that environment is just, it's like a once in a lifetime thing for some people. Like, it's like something you just don't take for advantage. And it's like really a blessing to see how everybody is and how the NBA is. So I know how hard I have to work to get to that level, and just go for, like, just seeing everybody like talk to me and just everything about it is just different.
And being around all these NBA guys growing up and still today, what's some of the biggest tips you've learned from some guys, and who has been some of the biggest mentors to you during your career so far?
Um, well, it's been different everywhere I've gone, but probably like the person who like houses I've been over to and stuff is James Johnson and stuff, because he's like a big brother to me. He's always taking care of me and always trying to work out with me, and just everything about him. He's just like he's a person who a lot of people respect, and I just feel like he's probably the best, like my mentor who I look up to. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
So we kind of talked about Zaire a little bit earlier, and he's obviously Dwayne Wade's son. We talked about
Right.
you. There's so many guys that are just NBA players' sons. What's it like just seeing
Right.
the new rise in the new era of basketball, of having all these guys kind of technically grow up with an NBA family?
So that's the thing about having like a dad or somebody who plays sports and you play that sport too. It's like they want you to live up to how they play, like to live up to their hype, and want you to be better than them and whatnot. But it's like some people do get better than their parents, and some people don't. Like it's all up to you really how hard you work and everything. But it's just like everywhere I went is somebody say something about it is like overrated, or just like it's like every gym I went into, it was always somebody saying something. But it's like it always made me like, I was like, I got 30 on y'all, so it is what it is. But it's just like a lot of people like Eddie House, like Jalen House and them.
Yeah.
What you call it? My dad was close with them, and so we knew each other like when we were little, and just like a few other like Zaire, what you call it? Corliss Williams, his family and stuff. So it's just like BJ Shaw, Coach Shaw's son.
Mm-hmm.
Just I've always grown up with people who I can relate to, because it's like it's different whenever your parents are playing that sport or whatever, and then you have to play it because you have a lot to live up to.
And so how have you learned to kind of adjust to that, living kind of like you said in that standard of having people always kind of compare you to a degree? When did you kind of learn to get adjusted to that?
Really when I was little, like I don't let people talk trash and like say something to me, especially if they ain't even on the court. So it's like I let one thing go, I let it go through one year and out the other for me. But just I don't really listen to that for like it is what it is. People are always gonna talk. Like people talk about LeBron, people talk about like KD, but at the end of the day, they're still the best in the world. So like you can say what you want to say.
Couldn't agree more, man. That leads me to my last question I want to ask you, and that's about your legacy. I mean, ultimately, by the time you walk away from this game someday, what do you want your legacy to be? What you both achieve on the court and off the court?
On the court, you know what I'm saying? I, of course, want to like be recognized as like one of the top in the league and championships and MVPs, maybe, or like just I don't want to be like a few years and be like, oh, he was a few years and he was done. I want to have like a long career and everything. And then off the court, I always want to help people, support like fundraisers and charities and all that. So just going from there, just always being that type of person. So.
Absolutely, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on again, my guy, and congrats on the transfer and committing, and can't see what God's got next for you, man. Of
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
course, man. You're always welcome on, bro. God bless.
Yep. God bless you too.